Lynn Dunn, do whatever you can do. Maybe it doesn't have to be this offseason. Do whatever you can do to get Megan Gustafson onto the Fever. Because I don't think there is a more perfect backup big in the WNBA than Megan Gustafson. Maybe Tammy Fagbenle, but that's it. That is it. Megan Gustafson is a player that is a perfect fit. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We're trying to hit 28,000 subscribers by the end of the day. And lads, I'm just putting it out there. What Megan Gustafson did today was so impressive. Like, she came out there and put up 13 points in 22 minutes, 5 of 8 shooting, 3 of 5 from the field, plus minus a +4. And not only that, like, if you watch the game, she took on the assignment of Cardoso. Cardoso did very little when Megan Gustafson was on the floor. When Cardoso did damage was on Kia Stokes. Gustafson, had she not been in foul trouble, she hit 3 3-pointers. She was huge. When things were going wrong, she hit 2 in a row. Late in the game, she hit one that looked like it was to put the game out of reach. And this is what? Is this her first start of the year? Averaging 3.1, 2 rebounds. And you might be saying, how is someone who averaged 3.1, 2 rebounds that important? And you can see, it's just she's not playing minutes. She's gone, like, she's had 17 minutes, 9 points when last time she played 70 minutes against Washington. She played 14 minutes, had 11 points against Minnesota in a loss, 4 or 5 in the field. But if you watched her at the Olympics, she can do a lot of stuff on the floor. But it's not even that more so than anything. It's just how she plays. She's 6'4". She's willing to get her body on the line. Her positional sense on defense is good. And do you want to know what one of the biggest things is? One of the biggest things is you know the way you want, like a lot of players say want South Carolina players to play with South Carolina players. The UConn players want to play with other UConn players. If you guys know anything about Megan Gustafson, you see, before Caitlin Clark, there was a player at Iowa that was breaking records for the school. There was a player at Iowa that was player of the year. That player was Megan Gustafson. Megan Gustafson was, up to a point, maybe the best player Iowa had ever had. She was a National College Player of the Year with Iowa. And not only that, this year, she played Euro Cup with Tammy Fagbenle with the London Lions. She won Euro Cup. Again, College Player of the Year. She was the 17th pick in the draft, has been kind of in and out of the WNBA over the last couple of years, played with the Mercury for a few years, is on a pretty okay contract for the Aces. The Aces don't really play her. She is somebody that they need. The Fever need. I've said it. Offload. I said it before the game. And funnily enough, I think my Alyssa Smith video that I recorded before the game is coming after the game. I said it. Megan Gustafson and Kate Martin for Alyssa Smith and Damaris Dantas. The contracts match up. I think Damaris Dantas with that one leg, with the Dantas fade, is going to be more of a positive for the Aces. I think she's going to be more of a positive for the Aces. Kate Martin gets her cameo minutes. Kate Martin's not in the rotation. Kate Martin is there because the fans gets 2 minutes a game because the fans like her. She's done. She is going to be, if she does not get to Indiana, she will be out of the league sooner than we think. Alyssa Smith is not a fit. And yes, is Alyssa Smith worth more than either of those two players? Yeah. But if Victoria Saxton is keeping a roster spot because she's Aaliyah Boston's friend, get 2 Iowa players, especially Kate Martin, who knows how to play with Caitlin Clark. Get an Iowa big who will run the floor hard. Run the floor hard, will hit a 3-point shot occasionally, and is a big body. We saw Megan Gustafson play for Spain in the Olympics. She can still be an elite center. Not a starting center, but she can still be one of the best backup bigs, especially the way Indiana play. Imagine having a starting power forward center of Aaliyah Boston, a free agent. Try to get one of the good free agents. You might not. Just Aaliyah Boston, and then a good starter. With Gustafson and Tammy off the bench for them two, you could start to then look at running a bench lineup. You don't need to play every minute. Then you've got Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, small forward Lexi Hull with a better 4. And then off the bench, you've then got a Grace Berger, hopefully, if she's still staying. You've got whoever your draft pick is this year. I wish you had Celeste Taylor. But Kate Martin, Megan Gustafson, Temi Figbenle. And if you decide to go with that like 7th pick, if someone like Anissa Morrow is still on the board. Heck, if you want to bring her as a starter and move Lexi Hull to the bench. Like if you get a defensive-minded good 4. Like, that is a championship team. And not only is that a championship team, that is a team with depth that not a lot of WNBA teams have. That is a team where you can go starters bench. How many teams can you go starters bench and actually like go toe-to-toe? You've got players that can compete. You've got Megan Gustafson who's shown this year she can compete with anyone. You've got Kate Martin who can compete with anyone. I don't think anyone will say that she can hold her own at any level of basketball. And she can, again, she will give you 4 points a game and play better defense than most people playing with Caitlin Clark. She can give you 4 to 6 points a game. She can do more than what Katie Lou Samuelson's doing right now. But I am so heavily pushing for this. There have been multiple videos I've made talking about Megan Gustafson to Indiana. This is one that I'm like, it just makes too much sense. It makes too much sense to get the Iowa trio together. It makes way too much sense. From a basketball standpoint, from a non-basketball standpoint, from a monetary standpoint, it makes way too much sense. From a fan base standpoint, those Iowa fans are crazy. And if you get 3 of them, if you got all the Hawkeyes together, like, you can build something. The Fever have all they need. You have Caitlin Clark and you have Aaliyah Boston, and you have the opportunity to offer Kelsey Mitchell more money than anywhere else. You don't need a 4th star. A 4th star would help. A 4th star level player at the power forward would help. But then all you need is pray there's a 3-and-D wing in the draft. Draft them. Either start them or Lexi Hull. And then obviously Katie Lou is there. You could probably hope if Katie Lou ends up getting taken in the expansion draft, you're then in a scenario where you have the cap space free to go and maybe sign someone. Grace Berger's a fine backup point guard. Maybe you have that a little bit of cap space to go and offer Neko Wumake and Max and be like, look, we're looking to win next year. And she might take it. She might not. I'm trying to look at some other players. Maybe you get Natasha Howard on a 1-year deal. I don't know how great she'll be long term, but get her on a 1-year deal. Maybe you want us to just say, screw this, we're going to go small ball. We're going to play small ball. Nalisman's not guarding anyone anyway. You know, Leni Fibic, we're going to give you the max. I don't think that New York are going to do that. You're going to be the freaking 6'4" wing sniper that we thought Katie Lou was going to be, and we're just going to play zone. Like, there are so many options, but if you can find a way to get her out of Vegas, or at least when the 26 free agency, you can get her out of Vegas, that is your backup sorted. Like Temi Figbenle and Megan Gustafson. And you might say, oh, they kind of do similar things. Man, they won a Euro Cup playing with each other. They can play with each other. Like, trust me on that. Megan Gustafson is a must, at least go for if you were Indiana.